Welcome to Week 18, everybody. We're going on the road to Levi Stadium to take on the San Francisco 49ers. Because today we decide who takes this NFC West division. Both teams enter at 9-7, and we're on the road, but we're fighting for a home field advantage in the playoffs. This game is for the 4 seed, but we've already played this team once before because they were in our division, and we all know what happened in that game. A 27-19 win where we played very well on both sides of the ball. The score does not indicate how much better we were than the Niners in this game. Chad Bolton was the quarterback, and it was his first start of the season. A touchdown, 1 pick. He threw the ball pretty damn well. And Zach Evans ran it very well. The offensive line opened up so many holes for him, and he made do with all of them. A 5.8 average, 2 touchdowns. Cooper Kupp had over 1 Benjamin through the air, and we had a field day with our sacks. 10 sacks against this really just putrid offensive line. They've got nobody above a 79 overall, which is just embarrassing, but they're still a top 6 offense in terms of points per game. They're top 10 in both passing and rushing yards. We cannot come in this game and expect to win it just because of the last time that we played this team. But look at this offensive line, man. It is young, but it is really, really bad. They have a lot of work to do, and they've made no changes to their lineup since our last game, so we should be in store for a similar bout of pressure. And so, as I said, in a lot of these games, constant pressure is the key. We are the top pass rushing team across the entire NFL. We have to do it again today if we want any chance to punch our playoff ticket. So right now, we are on track to play the 5 seed Carolina Panthers because the Falcons right now are winning the NFC South, but that is still up for grabs because the Panthers are pretty good too. So they're still fighting that out for who's going to win that division, and so are we. But major practice injury, we're going to lose Cooper Kupp. He can't play through the hip pointer. He's done until the playoffs, so we have to play through that injury, which means that Trevor Offord, Trumaine Donald, Puka Nacua will all have a bigger role. And I can't bring Murray off IR, but I can bring Damon Craig off IR. The prodigal son is finally back, and he's off IR into the starting folds. And as the corresponding move, we're going to send Alex Payton to our practice squad. But we're going to let Offord be the number 1 wideout, and then Donald, Nacua, and Randolph behind him. But we'll see what happens without Cooper Kupp, and we're going to start Reinhardt over Parson just to see something different, see if we get any better play out of a tight end. But here we go. A big matchup on the road, Levi Stadium. It's a fight for the division title. We're going for our 2nd straight, but can we do it? So it all comes down to this. 2 9-7 teams battling it out in Week 18 to determine the winner of this division and who gets the playoff spot. It's win and in, and the Niners will start with the football. We sacked Brock Purdy 10 times the last time we faced him. We forced 1 of those 3 INTs in that game. Can we do a similar thing here on the defensive side of the ball? Let's find out. They start from their own 23-yard line. First drive of the game, and first play from scrimmage. Purdy rolls out and is off target. Knocked away by Hassan Reddick over in coverage. Ayuk and Samuel, top of your screen. Back to the air. Pressure coming, and Purdy's hit as he threw it. We're already getting that pressure that we knew we would get from this pass rush. It's been the good offensive lines that have given this team issues, but a bad one like this is going to have their hands full. Purdy flushed out again, and he throws the ball away. 0 for 3 starts, and the defense does a perfect job. And from the 40 is where the prodigal son will return. Damon Craig back off of IR after a ruptured disc. He missed 8 or 9 total games actually. We've lost 4 games straight and 6 out of our last 8 games. But Craig is back, QB1, back under center. Can he lead us to the playoffs? First play for Herbert, and he gets a nice pickup of 17 yards. He might not have too many issues with having Zach Evans be the backup today, because this defensive line is not very good either. The trenches for the Niners on both sides of the ball are really just not good enough compared to us at the very least. You can't get into that much about too many other teams, but at least we have that solid matchup going for us today. Going back to the air on 2nd down and 2, and Craig feels the pressure. Would love to keep this drive going beyond just a couple of plays. And he's off the mark for a wide open Trumaine Donalds. You gotta hit that guy, Craig. These short throws, we're missing plenty of them. But we're gonna stay on the field. Damian Leak says no field goal. We're gonna go for this. We gotta get to the 33, and it's dropped by Nacua. It was thrown behind him, but you gotta make that catch. And we're missing Cooper Kupp. We're already seeing the issues arise from that. To get no points out of that possession is, well, it's not very good. They hand it off to McCaffrey. He's going backwards. Aaron Donald steps up to make the play. This defense might have to will us to a win if we're going to be dropping passes and missing all throws like that. Back to McCaffrey, trying to take it off tackle, but nowhere to go again. There is a flag down. Holding on the offense. Going to bring them back to a 3rd and 12 or a 2nd and 21. We're going to take the 2nd and 21. That's interesting. Did they hand the ball off here, though? Oh, they're going to throw it. Pressure on Purdy. He throws it cross-body out of bounds. Nobody in the area. Well, the defense looks pretty good early on, but Purdy missed a huge throw. And he had Ayuk wide open for a 1st down on 3rd and 21. Lucky break for the Rams, but I think we've earned it, given how we've played these first 2 drives. They punt the ball away, and we're going to have good field position once again to start our next drive, but got to make do and put points on the board this time around. We need these young players like Nacua, Donald, Offord, Parson, Reinhardt, all to step up in this game if you're going to be missing Cooper Kupp. They just have to. 6 more on the ground here for Herbert. Always nice to start a drive with a solid run. 4 to go on 2nd. Cross-body throw on the move, and he's got Nacua for a 1st down. Way to hang on that time. I'm also pretty sure that setting up the weekly strategy and choosing like what you want to focus on defense and offense also kind of affects how the play calling works, because I'm pretty sure against Dallas I chose blitz counter because they had Micah Parsons, which means that you're going to be throwing some more short throws, and that's all we did that game was make those 3 to 4 yard, 5 yard throws the entire game. So maybe going forward I might just not do blitz counter at all, because we have a good offensive line, so we can afford to take a few extra seconds to get a pass downfield. So I chose, like, I think throw it deep or throw it medium for this game. So, I mean, so far we are definitely throwing beyond the sticks, which I appreciate. And holes are opening up for Herbert as well as he gets into the 15-yard line, inside the 15-yard line, and another 1st down for the Rams. He breaks that tackle. He's got a wide open touchdown, but can't break every tackle. For the end zone, though, and he's got Offord. The rookie makes the grab for the touchdown, and the Rams strike first. That's more like it. They're going to put the first drive behind us and feel good about this touchdown drive. On the money throw, he's wide open. That's a good play call right there. Now trailing by a touchdown, and the Niners have gone nowhere so far. -1 total yards. Not a single completion yet for Purdy. He's pressured again, and it's caught by Ayuk for only 2. But Aaron Donald nearly got to number 13 in the pocket there. Once again, showing off the pass rush and the pressure. Bringing 5, no, bringing 4 here. Got Badland in coverage, and Purdy has to throw it away. 1 for 7 start. 8 to go on third down. They need the 36-yard line, 37-yard line. And Badland gets to Purdy. Hung on a bit too long to it, and he's taken down. This defense is doing a good job against this division rival. Back on the field for our third offensive drive. Both have reached plus territory, so that's a good sign. Craig's first pass, though, off the mark for Donald. Jimmy Ward in coverage. And a couple of missed throws. We saw him miss one earlier. That was also for Donald. On the 35, we're going to hand it off. Herbert breaks a tackle and gets 7. Good run. Nice third down right here. Got to have it. Great run by Herbert. Way to punch it back to the left. Drive stays alive. We're up to the 46-yard line. Back to Herbert, but he's swallowed up in the backfield. Lost to 2. 12 to go on second down. This one's caught in traffic from Trevor Offord. Nice dime right there by Craig. Oh, it was on the money. Perfect throw in. Now we're back across the Niners 40. Offord's already got 4 grabs for 50 yards. Putting together a very nice first quarter here. The defense right now is giving us a lot of opportunities, so I appreciate that. Second level tackle by the Niners and 3 more for Herbert. Back to the air. Good protection for Craig. Now he's pressured, but he finds Donald on the move. What a throw. One of the better ones we've seen all season from Damon Craig, and it goes for 16. Thought he was going to throw the ball away, but instead, just makes a beautiful pass. This is why I have not yet given up on Craig. He's been, pretty comparable to last year, I'd say. Definitely has thrown more picks than last year, but it's been a very kind of a similar season. Just with a bit better ball movement, but not where it needs to be. Go to Evans, but he gets nothing here, and now Nick Bosa's going down with an injury. But with Craig, there are definitely glimpses of kind of player that he could be if he just cleans up those pretty simple mistakes. That was a bad throwaway right there. But he did feel the pocket collapsing on him. We're going to settle for a field goal. I'll take a 2-score lead. Why not? It's just the first quarter. Kick from Gano up and through the uprights. The Rams jump out in front by 10. First play from scrimmage on their next drive. McCaffrey breaks a tackle. Way to get there by Ernest Jones, but got to make that tackle next time. First quarter's over, and we are in full control of this game right now. But as I say almost every episode, these last 4 in a row pretty much, is that these fast and slow starts are usually cleaned up by the second half, and usually things are very different by the end of the game. So we'll see if that'll change, but inches to go on third down. McCaffrey in the backfield, he'll get the carry, and he's got a wide open lane for a first down and more across the 35. His best run by far today. Well, if he can force them to throw the ball, I feel much better about our chances here, but we have been pretty good against the run early on, but now McCaffrey's picking up some steam. 2 big runs back to back. New set of downs. Purdy rolls out. Pressure from Basnight, and he throws the ball away. He's definitely bailing from these pockets a little too early, for sure. And that is going to contribute to our sack numbers and our pressure numbers. Well, keep throwing the ball. 2nd and 10. Yeah, that's right. Throw it. Pressure. Reddick. Wow, you almost forced a fumble there. They're lucky they're gonna call that a pass. Another example of constant pressure. But oddly enough, we can't do this against the good offensive lines, which is pretty tiresome. But there's the first actual completion. They had 1 for 2 yards on their second drive, but the first one that goes for actual yardage, 18 to Kittle. And now they're up to our 26. Pretty good drive here from the Niners. They go play fake. Purdy dumps it off, and it's 5-yard pickup. Next snap. Purdy's pressured, and he's taken down. It's Quincy Bad's night once again. He seems to have Brock Purdy's number. He did this exact same thing in Week 12, but to be honest, we had 4 different players have multi-sack games in Week 12, so it's just the same old, same old. So that's a huge loss. Purdy's got to get that ball away. They just lost 13 yards. 18 to go on 3rd down. They go to a screen, but they have to throw it away anyways because they just weren't on the same page. Those are pretty good numbers for your running back to start the day. Looks like it might not just be Zach Evans. It's probably just this offensive line against this really bad defensive line. But here we go. 7 to play in the first half. Rams have been in control, but not much there for Herbert on the first play from scrimmage. McCollum made that tackle, and he's made quite a few in this game early on. You dump it off for Herbert, and he's wrapped up for a loss of 2. That was not a good play right there. I don't like the play call or the dump off. Now we got a 3rd and 12. Don't want to let these guys find some momentum here. It is a home game for them. Craig's pressured. Cross-body throw, and he's got Nakua! Give me more of this, Stephen Craig. Where was this all year long? These throws are on the money. That was a beautiful toss. We're back in plus territory for, what is that, the 4th straight drive to start the game. That's good, and we just false started. We're going backwards. That was both guards, honestly, Avila and Batonio. They're going to get, I think, Batonio for it. They didn't really show who it was on, but it was on one of them. So 1st and 15. Now we're no longer in plus territory. Craig, good protection, and he's got Trumaine Donalds for another nice pickup. That was again a 12 on that throw. 2nd and short, and we dump it off for Herbert, who's got the first across the San Fran 35. Craig up to 11 for 16 passing and a pretty good average on passes, so that's good news. And now he's pressured, but he does complete. No, it's not. It's broken up. I thought Offord hung on. That is Herbert's guy right there. Herbert has to pick up that blocker. Was coming off the edge. Not even touched by a single player. We're going to do the same thing, but we find Reinhardt on the wheel route and he just dropped the pass. Just straight up dropped it. And he's a better athlete than David Parson, but he's going to drop throws like that. I might have to put Parson back in there because that was going to go for a 1st down and more. 3rd and 10. This one's off the mark for Offord. First play of the next San Fran drive. McCaffrey takes it off tackle and gets 3. So far, pretty good tackling from the Rams. Missed like 1 or 2, but that's pretty much it. So can't really complain because they have plenty of playmakers. So I'm kind of surprised they haven't broken more. But they got McCaffrey now in the slot. On 2nd and 7, they'll go to him, and he makes the grab for a gain of 3 more. John Johnson tried to track that one down. Now 4 yards to go. They have to have the 35-yard line to keep this drive going. They're going to throw a screen here to McCaffrey. He's got great blocking. How could these never work for us? We never get blocking like that on screens. And they have a bad offensive line, so what's going on there? Maybe we just have the wrong screen plays in our playbook. They might just have a different one that works a bit differently. Back to the ground, though. McCaffrey getting fed a lot here after the first couple of drives went nowhere, but now they're going to feed him, and they're moving the ball. Got to start plugging these A and B gaps on this offensive line. It's a 1st down for Kittle. Back to throw again. Purdy's pressured, and he throws this ball away. We better bring 4 here. Do not bring 3. Okay, we do bring 4. Purdy steps up and takes off, and he's going to run for the 1st down. You don't see that very often. But he picks up the first down, and they're back within the same range as their last drive. Right around the red zone. Birdie's flushed out. Cross-body throw off the mark. Way short. Late handoff, but Hassan Reddick wraps him up at the line of scrimmage. Key third down right here. Got to end this half strong. 3rd and 10. Now we sack him. It's Byron Young. Straight shot right to Purdy, who did not get the pass off. Our 3rd sack of the half, and it backs him up to the 39-yard line. What a huge play by this defense once again. They're going to take this deep shot field goal, about 56 yards, I'm pretty sure. It's up, it's got the leg, but not the accuracy. And the first half ends with the Rams up by 10. 13-3. Both sides of the ball have been pretty darn impressive so far. Can't complain one bit. But what about the rest of the league? We have a 4:25 game here on a Sunday, so what's going on elsewhere? Got the Seahawks on the road with 2 really horrible teams facing off, and they might ruin their draft position if they win this game, so we'll take it. They're about to be up at halftime 7-0 over 5-11 Denver Broncos. Then you got the Patriots visiting Lambeau Field, and they kind of demolished the Packers. They put up 38 points. Mac Jones had 4 touchdowns. That is a very uncommon occurrence. And the sub-500 Packers finished their year at 7-10. Then you got the Cardinals visiting the Vikings. Both these teams will finish sub-500, but the Cardinals win the game by 6. Mike Kopp, 2 touchdowns. Murray, 2 touchdowns. And the Cardinals finish 8-9 on the year. The Rams start the 3rd quarter with the football. So, once again, great job by our defense to get a stop to end the first half. They put points on the board here on this drive, though. Reinhardt hangs on this time around and gets 6. Want to see him be better through the passing game, make better receptions, have less concentration drops, because that was definitely one on that wheel route earlier. We dump it off for Nakua, but not a whole lot. Let's go beyond 2 yards here to convert. Kind of showing a run here. Now it's a play action. Craig's pressured, but he misses. Offered wide open down the field. Had 2 steps on Lenore, but 2 guys in Craig's face. It's not an easy throw, especially on the move. So unfortunately, we have our worst drive of the day to start the half. We go 3 and outs. And we fail to tackle on special teams, and they get more yards out of it. Duke Shelley. That's one of the reasons why he's going to be off this team next season. The Niners come out down by 10. Still a lot of football left. This half could very well be a different story. But McCaffrey is swallowed up. 3-yard loss. Aaron Donald in the backfield once again. From the 24. Quick drop back and a pass to Kittle, which goes for 6. Another 3rd down for the San Fran offense, and Donald gets to Purdy. His first sack of the day, and 2 big plays on this drive will give us the ball right back. This defense right now, they're putting this team on their back. Even despite the solid offensive play, this defense is giving the Niners no chance to win as of right now. And they're stacking the box. They're bringing the pressure. And we find Donald for a nice 6 yards. I don't want to jinx it either, but no dangerous throws from Craig so far. As Reinhardt, you gotta make that grab. Like, sure, that was broken up, I guess, but that was right on his hands. You can't let him just swat the ball away. 3rd and 4, and it's batted down, and we go 3 and out once again. That's not good. A couple of 3 and outs for both teams, and here's their second drive of the half. The first 4 minutes kind of a wash. You can just kind of put those in the back of your mind. Purdy's flushed out again and just barely got the pass away. But I'm assuming the secondary is doing a good job because Purdy's not making hardly any downfield throws. Ayuk crosses the field here on second down. We got Teron Johnson on him. Purdy pressured again, and he's hit as he threw it. 7 for 20 passing. This offensive line is just in complete shambles right now. We got Byron Young now in the zone. Good initial protection, but now Purdy's taking way too long and nothing doing in the passing game for San Fran. And they aren't going to win because they're down. You got to throw it when you're losing. Impeccable starting field position. We cannot let this go to waste. We start from our own 48-yard line. We got to put points on the board here and make it even a tougher game for this team to come back from. Let's do this. We're going to throw it on first down over the middle. Nakua hangs on for 5. In plus territory for the first time this half. Herbert plugs ahead for 4.5, and we got inches to go on third down. You definitely go for this if you don't convert. Got to be aggressive, especially in a game where it's win and in. We're going to throw it. Quick run in traffic. That was not going to get through to Reinhardt. And we are going to punt the ball away. What? What is this play call, Damian Leak? I don't agree at all. I can't even talk anymore. It's a great punt, though. They're inside their own 15. How do you not turn that drive into points at all? That is really disappointing. We got to have some more gutsy calls here, man. We've had some more recently, but not enough. You go for it every time on 4th and inches. That's got to be a pick six, Ernest Jones. Right off his gloves. And that pretty much ends the game if he makes that grab. Damn. 2 crucial plays back-to-back by both sides of the ball that we do not make. Now we got 3rd and 7 coming up. And they're going to have to throw it. That's not a good sign against this pass rush. Got to get to the 23-yard line to keep this drive alive. Purdy throws it away again on 3rd. Now we start from the 42. We do something better here. 3 drives, nothing to show for it here in the second half. They made a defensive adjustment at halftime, and so far it's worked. Only 2 yards for Reinhardt here. Stop these short yardage throws. We're going back to what didn't work against the Cowboys. Stop this. Go back to what we were doing there in the first half. Go beyond the sticks. Play fake. Craig. What is that? He just did a 360 throw crossbody. 3rd and 8. Keep it alive somehow. He throws a crossbody again, and it's picked off. No, not now, Craig. Not now. And they have it at our 35. Man, this always happens. We're going back to our old selves. We've just given them life in this second half with 3.5 to play in this quarter. 4-yard play on the first snap from scrimmage. But they're already in field goal range without even that first play. We can't be doing this in a game like this. Ayuk gets 4 more. 2 yards to go on 3rd down. They hand it to McCaffrey. He's got the first down. 11 runs for 51 yards. Somehow has made do with the lack of carries in this game. Had a couple of chunk plays. Now he's going to go out wide. Going to have Richards on him. Purdy is taken down by Hassan Reddick. His second of the day. And we're up to 5 now with still a quarter and change to go. That's a pretty big 8-yard loss right there. Back to the 31. They hand it off to McCaffrey. He fakes out Donald, but can't get by his own lineman. Absolutely crucial third down right here. You cannot allow this. And they just hand it off to McCaffrey. That is a really sorry play call right there, but I guess they're just going to play for the field goal. Well, the fourth quarter begins. We have the ball. But we haven't done anything in this half, and now we're coming off a huge mistake from Craig, who just put the Niners back in this game. It's only a one-score contest now. You got to take care of the football here in this fourth quarter. We can't just throw the game away like this. You've been leading the entire time. 2nd and 7, though, after a 3-yard gain for Herbert. They dump it for Donalds. What is with these short throws? I mean, that wasn't bad. We got 5 yards out of it, but you can't keep going to these 3rd and 4s, 3rd and 2s, and hoping to convert all of them. You got to start putting the ball beyond the sticks. This one is caught. It's Reinhardt. Thank God he hung on. One of our only first downs here in this second half, but I'll take it. Just got to believe in this team for one more drive, and that'll pretty much be it. I believe in this defense to hold. It's the offense that needs to do the last amount of damage to walk out of here with a win. There's Nakua for his 5th catch. I got 5 to go on 2nd down, right around midfield again, which is where our drives seem to always stall out. But now Herbert fights for yardage and he gets the first down. Great run right there. We got to at least get within field goal range for Graham Gano. And Herbert does just that. 8 more on the ground. Back to him. Easy holes, easy running. Another first down that moves the chains. Now we're inside the Niners' 30-yard line. Our best drive of the half. You got to put points on the board. Just don't make any mistakes here. Craig finds Reinhardt inside the 10. Yes, sir. That's a good play right there. We're finally getting some passes down the field, and it's working. Good protection as well. This offensive line, man. I'm so glad that we poured some money there, especially on this left side, because it has been a game changer for the offense this year. Even though we're not as good this year as last year, overall, the offense has moved it better because of this pass protection. And because of the slight change to Craig in the offseason. Now we got goal to go from the 6. Gonna hand it off to Herbert. Great blocking. He walks in untouched. And that's got to be the ball game. We've seen crazier things than a 5.5-minute comeback down by 14, but I gotta have a feeling that this defense is not going to allow a single touchdown in this game unless McCaffrey breaks off like a huge, crazy touchdown run. Otherwise, I think we're in store for maybe our best defensive game of the season. But as I say it, they finally connect with Deebo Samuel for a big gain up to the 50 or thereabouts. That was like one of the only plays where Purdy had really good pass protection, and it works out, funny enough. Good protection this time, but he's off the mark for Ayuk on the outside. Only 42 team passing yards on the day when they are a top 10 passing team in the league. So, I mean, they haven't faced a team like us that is really good against poor pass blocking teams. Now Purdy finds, who is this? I forget what his name is. With the C, I think, right? Who is it? It's Carey. Yep, I was right. Carey played well against us back in week 12. He makes his first grab here for 9. McCaffrey gets a few more and a first down. We've already taken about 2 minutes off the clock here. They are up to our 34. Purdy, good protection, but it's broken up for Kittle. J.R. and Kearse had a hand in there. On 2nd down, Donald pancakes somebody, but it's complete to Samuel. And they're inside the red zone. Trying to threaten to score here. Good protection once again, but it's off the mark for either Carey or Kittle, both guys in the area. Once again, we're seeing that, finally some good protection from this offensive line, and Purdy's got time to make a couple of throws here. But now he's pressured again, and he finds... Who is that? That's Latu, I think. The backup tight end for a gain of 10 more. They got goal to go. Purdy hesitates, then dumps it for McCaffrey, but he's short of the goal line. Now we got 2nd and goal. Now only 2.5 to play. From the 3, Purdy pressured, back of the end zone. Nobody there. Just hold it for a stop somehow, defense. In this game. They're going to do a RPO and it's not going to work. What is that play call? Trying to catch this defense off guard. It's not going to work. Arizona tried that. It didn't work. But now, whoa, did he get both feet down? I don't know about that. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I want a replay. Hello? Whoa, bring this back. Bring this back. I guess he did toe tap, I guess. It's a touchdown. 12 plays, 80 yards, and less than 3.5 minutes. 2:12 to play. If we get a first down, it's nearly over. Need 2 first downs to end it, pretty much. We cannot make a single mistake here. Don't give these guys a chance at all. First play prior to the warning, we hand it off, and Herbert is wrapped up after only 2 yards. Now to the warning. We have all 3 timeouts. Back to Herbert. And let me guess, they're going to get the ball back here to have one last shot to make our day really painful. Craig, never mind, he finds Donald at the 50. Huge play call, and it works out in the end. Back to Herbert, so now we can just run this clock down. Those are the balls I'm talking about from Damian Leak. I wanted a gutsy play, and we finally got one, and it's going to lead to the win in the end. If we would have run that ball, they would have had it back with a 2-minute drill and a couple of timeouts. But instead, we're in victory formation. Clock winds down here in Levi Stadium as the Rams are going to the playoffs. Good night, San Francisco. Hopefully, we will never see this team ever again in the postseason. They better not be the 7th seed, but we have clinched the NFC West for the 2nd straight year. But who are we gonna face? That was an absolutely huge performance by both sides of the football, but this defense especially. I thought Craig, definitely played better in the first half. Second half was pretty rough for the entire offense as a whole. But 6.1 YPA, 22 for 36, missed a couple of throws that really should have been completed. Had a couple of drops too by the receivers. But imagine if we have Cooper Kupp in this game, then things are really interesting. But do you go back to David Parson at tight end? Maybe, to avoid the drops from Reinhardt, who will not be better at those until we get some more upgrade points. Brock Purdy, we got to him 5 times. Not as much as week 12, but still a very good amount. He definitely threw the ball away a lot more in this game. But 15 for 35, to hold a guy to that is impressive by itself. And then tack on the sacks to that. But 5.4 per carry for Herbert. At this point, it's just a matter of this good offensive line against a bad defensive line. So, great day for him. Through the air, Donald actually had the most yardage with 61, but we really did get it out to all of our receivers pretty well. Like 5 grabs for Donald, 5 for Nakua, 4 for Offord, 5 for Reinhardt. So we definitely did spread the ball out pretty damn well. And we didn't allow any sacks at all, which was great. And we got a second and a half from Hassan Reddick, Quincy Bannister, and 1 from Donald and Byron Young. So great job there. We threw the pick to Lenore, which was a really bad throw that he once again forced to Trevor Offord. But we got the win, and he had a pretty decent game overall, and we got a playoff spot now. And we won the division, so here we are. What does the press conference say? We got 3+ sacks, so we should get the goal boost here. And And we do. Pressure points, +5 power and finesse moves for the next 2 games for the playoffs. That's going to be huge because we're going to be facing some better offensive lines, you would have to think. And we also get +5 morale for all defensive players too. That is awesome. And I'm going to go over some scouting prospects, some college prospects at the end of the episode, so that's going to be coming your way here in just a moment, honestly. But who is our opponents in the wild card round? Let's find out. Oh no. It's all coming full circle, folks. This team dropped 42 on us in week 1. That was the game where David Craig threw 4 INTs. And we lost 25-42. It all circles back to the very first game of the season. Have we really improved since that game? That is what this will tell us. So, this is the truth right here. This is going to tell you the truth of this season. They're 11-6, we're 10-7. It's going to be a night game at SoFi Stadium because they did not win their division. Thank God we did. I don't usually show weekly strategy, but I will here. I don't care about Ritter's scrambling. I care about his throwing. So we are going to defend. What's they been? They have a lot of yards. They pass more than they run. Bajan definitely is dangerous, but I believe in our run stopping more than our pass stopping. So I think what I want to focus on, the medium pass, I think. We'll do that. We're not going to blitz counter. Screw that. We know what happens when you do it. Let's instead just throw a medium, try and keep a balanced approach here. And that's what we'll do. And we're going to miss Donald in this game as well. He's going to be out for a week, high ankle sprain in practice. So we get Cooper Kupp back. We lose Donald, but we should be all right, I think. But Coy also out for one more week before he comes back from the injury. What about the other playoff games? Here's the playoff bracket. So we face the Falcons. The Niners do slip in, so we would have made it either way. But they will be on the road in Carolina. The Lions will face the Buccaneers, and the Cowboys are the 1 seed over here in the NFC. And then over in the AFC, the Chiefs are the 1 seed. We beat them earlier this year. That was a great win. The Jaguars are going to host the Bengals. The Ravens will host the Chargers, and the Bills will host the Pittsburgh Steelers. But now we got player stats for this season. Damon Craig played in how many games? He played in 10 total games this year. 18 touchdowns, 13 INTs, 261 per game average, rating of 90.9. Well, he played in more games last year because he wasn't hurt as much, so hurt more this year, on IR for a lot longer. So he would have had a lot more passing yards and touchdowns. He already has more INTs, but the rating was a bit lower, but still very comparable season as to last year. He got sacked a whole lot less because the offensive line improved. The YPA was higher. So, I think you like the improvements, but you want to see a bit more next year. And if you don't, you really think about moving on. Now to rushing. Khalil Herbert also missed plenty of games this year. He played 13 of our 17 games. 5 touchdowns, over 800 rushing yards. Zach Evans had 7 touchdowns, and both guys had a really high average, so good job there. Receiving-wise, Cooper Kupp absolutely popped off this season. A bounce-back year after kind of a lackluster one last year. He put up only just over 1,000 yards and was hurt for many games, but back to pretty much his best year since 2021, as he put up over 1,500 yards, 15 touchdowns. I think him and Damon Craig have really grown to enjoy each other's company. He also got 695 and 5 touchdowns for the rookie Trevor Offord. He was much better watching than in simming. Tremaine Donald was much better in simming than in watching and had 608 and 3 touchdowns, so very comparable numbers for both players. Still trying to figure out which guy should be the number 2 next year. Probably Donald, but we'll see what happens. David Parson, 417, 4 touchdowns. Nakua, only 411. Herbert had a 1 receiving touchdown. But Reinhardt, only 116 in his rookie year as he only played in a couple of games. And blocking-wise, this offensive line was absolutely stellar, dude. Look at these numbers. Only 7 total for Ronnie Stanley, which is really good for a left tackle. 5 for the rookie Zach McCoy. 4 for the left tackle who is playing right tackle, Jedrick Wills. 3 for Kevin Dotson. 1 for Avila since he's been starting, so much better job than Dotson was doing. And only 1 for Bitonio. 0 so far for Nick Harris. 0 for McClendon. Just a great job by this entire O-line. They've been great. Tackles for loss. We've had 40 from Aaron Donald. That is absolutely insane. And also 23 sacks. Oh my god. Is this better than last year? I'm pretty sure it is. I think he had 20 last year. He's only gotten better over the last several seasons. This is his best year since 2018, dude. What the hell? These last 4 years by him have been absolutely insane. What a character. What a player. I hope he comes back. Then Hassan Reddick had several huge sack games. He gets 17. We were by far the best pass rushing team. And now I'm thinking about, do you bring Byron Young back? He ends up with 8.5. Had the 1 today. Is he worth it? Who knows? But 6 for Warren Terry is really good because, he's pretty much the lowest guy on the team that's actually doing any pass rush. And he got 6. That's great. Bansland had 6. Want to see a bit more from him. But 3 INTs for Richards and Reed. 2 for Curse, Barnes, and Lake. And 1 for Johnson. The other Johnson, Deion Jones, and Jason Taylor. While Graham Gano was not as good as last year, but still was pretty damn solid. What about the entire NFL, though? Who led the league in yards? It's Patrick Mahomes. Leader in touchdowns with Joe Burrow with 44. The leader in pass rating, who actually played a lot, was Dak Prescott, who, this makes sense because he tore us a new one. So that checks out. Rushing-wise, Najee Harris leads all backs with 1728 on the ground. Bijan Robinson, who we faced today, was second behind him, so that's terrifying. Leader in touchdowns was Bijan Robinson. That's not good. Leader in yards per game was Bijan Robinson. He missed a couple of games, but he was fantastic. Receiving-wise, Cooper Kupp is your top receiver, as I would think. Over 1,500 yards, 15 touchdowns. Fantastic season for him. Ayuk is second behind him. Then CeeDee Lamb. Then Jamar Chase. And then Justin Jefferson. Then we go to our defense. Leader in tackles was Tyree Walters, followed by Divine Diablo and Pete Werner. Tackle for loss leader, Aaron Donald by far leads the next highest guy by 12. And then Micah Parsons beat out Aaron Donald in sack numbers. He had 27. Oh my god. Then after Donald, Max Crosby had 20. That's crazy. We had 2 of the top 4 pass rushers across the entire NFL. Let's go, dude. That's incredible. What about INT leaders? 6 for Fred Warner and 6 for Trayvon Diggs. They both lead the entire league. What about fumbles forced? 2 for Devin White, Aaron Donald, Julian Love, Matt Milano, Javon Holland, Devin Witherspoon, and Greg Rousseau. Kicking-wise, I think Jake Moody was the best kicker. Only missed 1 field goal, and that was the one against us in Week 18. Wow. So as a team, we finished 8th in offensive yards. I think we're going to be like 12 or something in terms of points per game. 21.5, that's going to be like 15 or so. What about defense? Second best defense in terms of yardage. What about points allowed? Actually more like bottom 10 in the league in that. So definitely want to work on the points per game allowed. But then the sacks, we were just absolutely killing the rest of the league. 65 for us, 51 for the Raiders. So a huge drop off there, and then another huge drop off from then to the Giants. So it goes from a 14 drop off to a 9 sack drop off, and then it goes back to normal. But we are an absolute force on this defensive line, man. That means that we did force one of the highest INT numbers this year with 15 INT takeaways. Good for third in the league, but not a lot of fumbles forced. The Texans forced 10. My God, that is incredible. But we were a pretty good defense overall. Pretty solid offense, but not a great offense by any means. But, yeah. Pretty solid stuff. We were second in... No, that was them. We were 32nd in giveaways with 23, so we have not taken care of the ball at all this year, which is very clear game by game. We're, bottom 7 in rushing touchdowns, top 5 in passing touchdowns. And then on the defensive ranks, number 2 in yards as we saw, number 4 in touchdowns allowed, number 1 in sacks by far, number 5 in takeaways total, and number 10 in red zone defense percentage. So great job all around. Now we can dive into some of these prospects. My just go-to first-round pick, no matter what, it's George Vance. I'm looking at safety. We're going to let John Johnson and Jaron Kearse both test. So we got to find 2 new starters, and I think George Vance is going to be one of those guys off rip. A round 2 to 3 projection, but a top 5 talent, fully scouted, B-man coverage, B-zone, hybrid safety, 6'2", B tackle, B hit power. He delivers bone-crushing hits. Is not going to give you too many INTs, but that's fine. Good discipline, does not get flagged much. Great to elite acceleration. Good to great change of direction. Solid to good jumping. Good to great speed. A awareness. Good kick return. A play rec. B finesse moves. B catching. This is a player that you want on your team. The only downside is the C injury and the C pursuit. But otherwise, this guy is pretty much like 95% the guy who I'm taking first round. Then we've got the quarterback, Will Pollard. And he's this high only because he is an improviser. And he's already good at, kind of working outside the pocket. He's 6'1", A deep accuracy, B medium, B short. And we don't even know if he is a conservative pass maker, ideal pass maker, or aggressive one like Bolton is. So we don't really know until you draft him. But great to elite strength, good to great throw power, great to elite acceleration. He's just a fantastic athlete overall. Only has solid speed, but A awareness, A to C break sack. We saw the accuracies, B throw on the run, A to C under pressure. If he falls, you could take him. But I want to see one more year with Craig on this team. And then if he puts up another horrible year, then we'll move on. But for now, that's the guy. Then you got Eddie Page here, who I think this was the guy that they wanted us to scout. But round 1 to 2 projection, round 1 talent. So he should go first round. B zone coverage, B hit power. C man with C tackle. He's only 5'11". And he's a zone archetype, which means that we would have to play him at free safety instead of strong safety. So gotta keep that in mind. But good to great speed, great to elite jumping. That's always nice. A catching, B injury, C play rec, C pursuit, B zone coverage. So yeah, pretty good stuff for this guy. You got Derek Smith, number 4 on the board. And this guy is an absolute powerhouse of a player. He's going to go top 5, no doubt about it. B block shed, A finesse, A power move, A tackle. I mean, this guy's a god. Great to elite in every single metric. And he does have F stamina, but every single thing else. This guy is a generational prospect. I'm going to guarantee it here. Lowest is blocked at B. Impact block A to B. Injury A to B. Everything else F or A. And then stamina at F. So this guy is an absolute beast. One of the greatest players I've ever seen coming into a draft. Then we've got Dom Oliver here, the running back. Thinking about who we can put in to replace Herbert and Zach Evans. A to C catching, C carrying, B break tackle. He is a receiving back, which is kind of why I like him, because he can work in the passing game too. He's got great speed, great acceleration, great jumping. But gotta find out more about his actual running ability because he's got C to F ball carrier vision, C juke move. He seems more like he could just play receiver instead as like a slot receiver. Like seriously, like look at this. His routes are all A to C. He's got probably decent spec catch. He's already got A catch in traffic, A to C catching. This guy could play slot receiver as like a Cooper Kupp kind of replacement. Who knows? I didn't really do a whole lot of adjusting to the list actually after the first 5 or so. So the first 5 are definitely guys that I want in the first round that I'm going to take if they're there. There are some more first round safeties like Damian Burnett here, who's a round 1 projection. B-man coverage, C zone coverage, A to B tackle. Great speed, great strength, good to great jumping, good block shed, good play rec and pursuit. So another solid player right here. There's a lot of safety options, but I think the guy that we have on our number 1 spot is who we're taking. But after that, you know, there's also late round corners that I could really see drafting, like Jaden Smith here. To kind of either replace Taron Johnson or be the 4th corner. B-man's man coverage, B zone, B press, A catching, and he's around 2 to 3 talent. We don't have a 2nd round pick, but you could trade up and get this guy and have a really elite secondary now. I think that'll be it for the prospects for now, but I will show more next episode. But that's how we end the episode, folks. Thanks for watching as always. We're a playoff team again, but are we in store for another first round exit? Who knows, but a true test against the Falcons coming up. I'll see you guys there. Thanks for watching as always. Please like, subscribe, leave your thoughts down below in the comments, and we'll pick this up in the wildcard round. Peace out.